why I could never be silent. My heart beats with your praise. I love you 'cause you make me smile. You give me joy that the world can't take away. I can't believe that you're all mine. I love you for the rest of my day. I grew up in a musical family, and everybody was expected to play something, to grow up and play. If it was the microphone, that was something. But I remember when my older sister Janelle got her first acoustic guitar, and I just would watch her play, and I just knew that I wanted to get my hands on that instrument and just try to figure it out. And so that's why I started playing guitar. And I just, piano was my first instrument, so I learned how to put the chords together that way. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew it sounded good. So that's really where my start with playing acoustic guitar happened. We didn't only grow up in like a musician's home, we grew up in a pastor's home. So we all played for like the church and, everywhere, and we all sang. And so we kind of had to do it, but we also enjoyed it at the same time. But our house, I have one word that can describe our house or our home, and that's loud. It is loud, and everybody's brains are just everywhere. Everybody's just kind of in creative mode all the time, unless somebody gets some Adderall or Vyvanse. But it's a lot of fun. Creative juices are always free to flow. No one ever stifles that, and so it was just great growing up. And my dad made sure he pushed us. My mom made sure that anytime there was a musician that played an instrument that we had a passion for, she would take us up to them and have them pray for us, or she would make sure that we could sit right by them during the service and watch them play. So she just treated us like little sponges and just made sure we could get, everything we could. So I play the guitar upside down. I just play a right-handed guitar. Honestly, this is the only way I know how to explain it. Left-handed people subconsciously turn the world around so that it can make sense to them, because we live in a right-handed world. And so I didn't think, oh, I'm playing it wrong. I thought, this feels right, and I'm making chords, so this sounds right, so I'm doing it right. And my logic behind it was that the big string, the bass string, went on the bottom, because that makes sense, right? And so I didn't know. And my mother was told, let your kids discover themselves and don't try to change the way they do things. Just let them be free. And so she didn't tell me. When we moved to Shreveport, Louisiana, at the age of 15, I got in connection with a lot of other acoustic guitar players, and they were like, hey, you're playing it the wrong way. And I was like, no, I'm not. And so it really had taken me too long to learn the guitar, so I was like, I'm just going to stick with this and keep playing. So you cannot escape my love, and you cannot outrun my covenant. I made a vow to chase you to the end, and that's just the way I love you, just the way I chase you. It's just the way I like it, the only way I know to. It's just the way I am. I can say that there are certain artists that I like, that I listen to, and I can almost in a way consume their style and try to reflect that in my own way. But I love John Mayer. Who doesn't love John Mayer? That's a given. I love India.Arie. I love Lauryn Hill. I kind of grew up on those artists, so they kind of had a huge effect. Christina Aguilera in her earlier days, I was really a big fan secretly, because I wasn't supposed to be listening to her.
You're sneaky.
Yeah, on the TV. Come on. But I like the fact that people can hear different influences in my music, but I really want them to be able to pinpoint me. And I think that I would like to, hopefully I do, I'd like to have a sound that can cross cultural barriers, that people from every different cultures just listen to, and they like it, and it's appealing to them. And I would classify it as maybe indie. I don't know. Sometimes it can be gospel. Sometimes it can have a rock type of edge to it. You know, they say in the music industry you can't be them all, but maybe I'm going to be the first. I don't know. People that sing for a living, most of them are songbirds, and if they weren't singing on stage, they would be singing. They are singing in their car. They're singing in the kitchen while they clean. They're just songbirds, so they sing about everything instead of talking about everything. So, you know, a lot of my ideas come when I have a thought and I sing about that thought, and I'm like, wow, I really like that melody. So then that's when the work comes, because you have to write past the moment of inspiration. So I'll pull a notepad out, or I'll get on an instrument and I'll just, you know, truck through and try to finish that baby. You know, we learned a lot through that experience of having a Grammy-nominated song. We learned that Grammy nominations don't equal money, right? Hello. We learned a lot. And so, but we learned a lot about ourselves, and that was, we're not in it for that, you know? Obviously, because we're still going. And I think the highs and lows are what prove the purity and the genuineness of your heart. And we realize that, hey, we have something to say, so we're going to keep singing. And I think success is defined as you leaving this world empty of everything you came into this world with. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it my way, with my voice, with my music, and on whatever platform that is built for me, you know. Doesn't have to be huge, it just has to be the right one. You know, actually, I had been hearing about McPherson guitars for a couple of years before I came to Nashville. They were like, you have to get a McPherson guitar. And I was like, okay, if I can ever afford to get close enough to smell it, I will. But I went to Nashville and went to Keith Thomas's studio. And downstairs, he has a bunch of McPherson guitars. And I remember picking it up and playing it. And, you know, here's the deal about McPherson guitars. They make you sound like you play better than you really do. And everybody wants that, you know? I mean, they are enhancers. They enhance your gift. They enhance what's already there. And I love the sound. It's full and it's rich. So I'm so glad I met you, McPherson.
It's just the way I love. Just the way, just the way, just the way I love. You can't escape, can't escape, can't escape my love. Just the way, just the way, just the way I